from this something not
Any
in this
application.
any
Any
application.
application. If it is a data system, we connect using JDBC. But if we don't have the existing snapback for that, we can connect using generic JDBC.
Generic.
I explained right? JDBC. Here, generic JDBC.
Oh, God. During our initial call, we had a talk about this generic JDBC snapback.
Correct. And if there is any application which is API based, we do not have a snapback for that. We use with REST APIs. If it is
Rest
if
also.
the application supports SOAP API, we use the SOAP API snap. Here, let's say is the DB. We create DB. We provide the jar for that. Okay, we give the jar driver, JDBC driver jar file, the driver class name, JDBC URL, or
And then
we can
JDBC jar, we think we did for Snowflake also, but for the Snowflake, we did the inbuilt driver which was available within the SnapLogic.
yeah. That is open source, right? Jar
Open
file. We
source.
can download it.
For other
If
platform, we have to get the JDBC driver, then probably we can connect it if it's a JDBC.
Driver file is an open source. Here. Let's say you want to have a Snowflake driver, right? Go to Snowflake
Yes,
website and we can
we
download
can
from
have.
there. We want a Redshift driver, Redshift JDBC driver. We go to AWS Redshift portal, you can see, and download the jar from there. You see, JDBC 4.2. You can download it simply and use it. Every DB, any data management platform has its own jar. Right? So we give that credentials, username, password. That's it. We need to, in the JDBC URL, we need to give host name, port number, and the DB. Okay. These are the common settings we need to change. Depends on the configuration. And today, let's see the SnapLogic metadata. Okay, metadata snapback is to work with the SnapLogic assets. When I say assets, we have pipeline, files, tasks, and accounts, whatever we see in the manager. Okay, we need to work with these assets doing some administrative tasks. Then we use it. Okay, I have some pipelines. Okay, let's say I have a couple of tasks. We don't have any. Okay, we have pipelines. Okay, and this path, let's give the path projects. I want to list the projects present in this path. Okay, we need to give the complete path, including the environment. We give what type of asset is it? Pipeline. I want to list only the pipelines under this. This is just like a browser, it will list only, it does not read anything. Okay. To read the asset, all the details about it. Okay, here now we see all the pipelines present inside this. This is the pipeline name, username, and the path. Name, path. So I want to read each pipeline. I have to perform some administrative activity. Okay, so I want to read each pipeline and find something. Let's open this. Here I will select pipeline and the path. I get connect. This is the whole information about this pipeline. Okay, snap map, which means each snap level information. If I open this snap, which snap is it? CSV parser. What are the settings in this snap? All the settings, everything we can find it here. Okay, so let's take a use case. I need to write this pipeline information. Let's take, I want to store this pipeline in some S3 location. Okay, in a file, as a file. This whole information is what we get when we export a pipeline. Did you try this export?
Yes,
Export.
initially we did like
Yeah, we tried this, right? When we
yes.
discussed in the designer options.
I do also downloaded one thing from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
example.
when we export a pipeline, okay, it stores it will download the pipeline with a .slp extension. The same, which means this can be exported here. The same I want to do, not without UI option. I want to do using the pipelines. How can I do it? With the metadata snaps. Let's say I want to read this pipeline. Okay, I've read this, right? Let's take only two. Okay, head snap. I want to write one pipeline. Okay, with um, JSON parser, JSON formatter. I want to write this into some S3 location, or we don't have S3 right now. We'll write it to our project folder only. So here we need the file name, right? I can give the name. Here we can see this is the whole data of this pipeline. I'm going to write as a file. The file name I've got from this as a binary header. This is a one logic. Okay. Here usually the parser does not share, pass any previous information. It keeps everything in the output of the content, the preview binary file. But I want to extract the pipeline name out of my whole data separately. For that, I use this option, binary header properties. I added this, the name we get from the actual data, right? So I pass it as a binary header, target for the pipeline name. So I get the pipeline name here. Okay, I will give that pipeline name. You can simply copy. And let me do like a test pipe dot cp. So this will be written under my current project. What is the current project? QLAM. Okay, I'll execute it. You can see test pipeline.slp. View, it shows the same JSON. I can download it and import it. Let me do it. I did download on my local system. Let me do trying import. Okay, looks like this downloaded somewhere. All right. Okay, I didn't give the selfie. I gave a selfie. It is not identifying the .slp extension. I may need to change it.
So we just
Changing.
write our own SnapLogic pipeline that what we build.
Sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We just wrote our own SnapLogic pipeline
Yeah.
that we built.
The extension, my Windows system is changing that extension for some reason. If I download .slp, it is changing a JSON file with through scenario. That's okay, but and this is how we work with snaps, the metadata snaps. Okay, it is useful for not only this, there are several administrative use cases. Okay, one day I used, okay, there's an account. There's an account present in the pipeline, okay? That account is going to duplicate. So we have created a new account, okay? And we need to replace that account in the snaps where all the previous previous account was used. For that, we listed here, we found in the metadata, we opened it. That was a typical task. If we had to do that manually, it will take several hours because we had more than 100 pipelines. Okay, we did open that particular DB account, the snap map. Let's say this is Salesforce account, right? Let's assume. Here we have account, right? Here we checked for that, where the account will be shown, what we selected. We replaced it. It took a couple of hours to build the pipelines, and we did in just a few minutes. The whole 100 pipelines are finished in just 6-7 minutes. This is why we automate administrative tasks. Okay, and update. Okay,
Got
update
it.
is
So
update
in
content.
case of any like extensive update for the existing pipeline, we can achieve by using this SnapLogic
Yeah,
metadata.
create. We can create a pipeline with existing pipeline data. We can update a pipeline, modify something. This is what we use to update some changes in the existing pipeline. Okay.
My point is that, as you mentioned, you try to change the account of a pipeline which has 100 plus pipelines. So
Yeah,
where we would change that account name and all the stuff using this update or
update. We,
using the
we
update.
change all. Okay. Let's say in between we have mapper. In the mapper, we change whatever the values we need to, and then use update snap. Give the path of that pipeline. It will do it.
Then we will connect it to the existing pipeline itself.
Yes. So we
Got
use
it. Got
path to whatever the value we need to change, map that corresponding the path here. And it is very important. We should be very, very careful with the metadata. If we update something wrong with the SnapLogic update pipeline will corrupt. There's no way to back up, no way to restore that. Once the pipeline is corrupted, it is like lost.
got it. So in the
So
sense, if I
we should
do
be
this
very
stuff,
careful.
we have to take a copy and then work on that stuff.
Correct. Yeah. We need to take a copy. Unless we are completely sure that everything is correct. During testing, it is recommended to keep a copy of the pipeline or use some test pipeline. Once we are done, build the pipeline perfectly, then only use update pipeline. Okay. And when we talk about the next pipeline deployment, I'll show you with the metadata how do we deploy the pipelines from one environment to another. Okay. We'll go to the next snapback. What is left in the core snaps? I think all covered. The next main one is the transform. We'll go to transform.
Transform.
Yeah, this is the biggest and the most widely used snapback. Here, as the name says, it transforms the snaps present in the transform snapback do the job of transforming the data. It can be converting the format, it can be manipulating the data or mapping the data, anything. Let's see a sample use cases, a couple of sample use cases. We have some file, right? Our sample file is this, okay. This is our sample file, okay. What type of file it is? CSV file. We need to convert into JSON, right? Which means the parsing. It is done by the CSV parser. It is present here, CSV parser. And we need to do some mappings. Okay, we'll see the snap one by one. Okay, first the parser snaps, formatter snaps. Parser snaps used to convert the binary format into document, which means the JSON. Formatter snaps useful to convert the JSON data into respective binary data. And same way, generator snaps are used to generate the data. Here we have CSV parser, CSV formatter, CSV generator. In this generator, this is a static data, okay, ID and name. I give ID 123, name 12. I save it. Here we see
Yes.
I've generated this data. Usually we have files, right? We keep the data in files. But this is one way we can save the data in this rather file.
This was
Unless
the
it is,
first snap I used in this SnapLogic.
oh, great. Then the same way we have JSON parser, JSON formatter, JSON generator, XML parser, XML formatter, XML generator. Okay. Hope you're clear. As is XML.
Correct.
This
So
is
this
JSON.
transform is a pack of a set of all snaps, commonly used snaps.
Correct. JSON parser, JSON formatter, and JSON generator. We give the JSON generator here. So here the important thing that we need to know is this JSON can be the JSON script, which means a JavaScript kind of. JavaScript? That programming we can do here. What programming you can do is the link in this velocity template it is called. Velocity, it's a kind of small language. Okay. So some of the functions present in the JavaScript are built with the simplicity to use in JSON based coding. So it is simpler compared to Java or JavaScript, and we can use wherever the JSON support is there and the velocity support. SnapLogic support this velocity coding. Okay. Here defining set means defining a variable. Foo is a variable, velocity is the name. When we say hello foo world, what appears? Hello velocity world. This output. This is a lightweight JavaScript we can call. If you spend some time, you can understand this easily. And of course, we don't use this widely. We use it in some cases where we have some complexity, some complex logic to build, and we find some difficulty using the existing expression language. We can use it. This is very useful. I said about script snap, right? We use Python script, JavaScript, and Ruby script in the previous session. So this,
Yes, we are this JSON stuff. Yes, I guess I missed it somewhere.
this is a lightweight kind of program, very lightweight. We don't find all the functions that are available in Java or JavaScript or any other language. It's a very simple language. Okay, we define a variable. How to define a variable? Just set and how to do if condition, for loop, if loop, these kind of.
Got
The
it.
whole language is just in this page. If you want to go advanced level of this, you can go explore all this. But whatever is present here is sufficient to use to implement any complex logic. Okay, this is mostly not required unless we need to do some complex logic to implement. Okay, this is just for your knowledge. Okay, and this JSON generator, we can demo. This is just a comment. Hello world, num1 is simply JSON structure. Okay, JSON parser, JSON formatter, everything, and mapper used for mappings. Sort, as the name says, we sort the data. Let's do a few sample snaps. Okay, let's use sort. Here I have some data. I need to sort it by some ID. Okay. Here this is my data. There's a lot of fields. Oh, it has many fields. This looks like a big one. Let's take any sample file. We have an employee file, employee data or something. We had one, right? Employee records. City, last name, first name, hire date, employee number. Okay, I want to sort the data by employee number. I will use sort snap. I need to give the path. I can give multiple sort paths. Okay. Here, what order is it? Ascending or descending? Global, which means whatever I set here will be applicable. Is a default, so I keep ascending. Now we got the sorted data. Ascending this. Okay, this is wrong. This is not an integer. There are some spaces, so we didn't get accurate data. Then we'll do sort by the first name. We got the sorted data by first name. A, B, C, D, E. Sorted data.
Yes.
So let's find now we don't have any other data. We can aggregate. Okay, we'll use aggregate snap. I want to find the number of people. Okay, number of employees grouped by each department. I got it. By each department, I have these many number of employees. In legal department, only one. Research one, payroll three, customer service two. This way, highest number is asset management has four members, four employees. This way, we work with aggregate snap. And the other functions with aggregate snap like sum, min, max, average, concat, unique concat, all these you can try it out. Okay, if it is an integer, you want to do sum. Okay, you can do it. Min, max, or average, all these four integers. This similar to what you know already, the aggregation functions in any language, also SQL.
Like,
Yeah. I think you do in this Tableau, right?
yes, Tableau we
Yeah, when you
while we
select
generate the
y-axis, x-axis, there you select the count of ID or the distinct count of you don't know. Same way. Okay, and we'll see what else we missed. This is some other. Yeah. We also have Excel formatter, Excel parser snaps to work with Excel files. And also we have Excel multi-sheet formatter. So this takes multiple inputs and write the Excel file with the multiple sheets. This is the only formatter where it takes multiple inputs. Usually any parser or any formatter snap will have only one input and one output. So here each one you have, right? Sheet mapping. Input 0, input 1, input 2, right? What will be the sheet name? Like ABC, XYZ. QW this way. So the data received from input 2 will be returned to the sheet QW. Data received from input 1 will be returned to XYZ. The sheet name will be XYZ. That's it. Usually the normal formatter will take input and the whole data will be written on only one sheet. And you write it into a file like this. Also, we have fixed width formatter. Okay. Some applications, some old legacy applications like SAP systems and some Oracle systems do not have a standard data format. They use fixed width formatter, which means between each column, you know CSV, right? Comma separated.
Yes. Comma
How a
separated.
field, how two fields are separated using comma or some other delimiter, which is a standard across all the rows, right?
Yeah.
Here we use the delimiter by default. Sometimes we may have the delimiter like semicolon or the pipe, which is the common for all the rows, all the columns. In some applications, we have varying delimiter. For that, we give for like field ID fixed width. ID is present between 1 to 10 characters. I give 10. So name will start on the 11th character. That way. Fixed with space, fixed with a prefix space or suffix space, all these kind of. This is rarely used, just for your knowledge. This is not much used. Okay, and the join, so you can understand join the SQL type of join here. Here we have inner join, left join, outer join, and merge join. Merge join will just do union operation. It will not perform any operation. Let's say we have two input views. Join can take number of input views this way and perform the left and right. We will discuss in detail tomorrow the join. Okay, how to perform a join. You can also do practice. Join has several use cases. Right? We cannot cover all. We'll try to cover a couple of them. Okay, and group by n is just to group the fields by the number of batches. And what else? Yeah. There are two snaps, okay, group by fields and group by n. Group by n is just to batch the number of records, nothing much. If I give the group size, data will be grouped into multiple batches in an array. I can show you how. Here we received so Snap is sending like a 20 documents. Okay, I don't want 20 in one go. I want to group it in multiple batches of 10. We see two batches. Group name is group. We can change that name here. Okay. This is the name of the array. In each, we will have 10 records. You getting it? This is useful in some use cases, not always.
Yes.
And JSON splitter is very important. We
We
used
discussed.
to, we need to separate documents in an array into separate documents. Like we have group, which is an array. This has several documents inside it. I want each. I want to work with this data. I want to split the array into individual documents. I select group. Here we should not select any other data type. It should be only the array. Now this is into separate documents. Normal records. This is useful to split the array into separate records. Okay, and these are not much used. Encrypt, decrypt. I think you know what is encryption, right? Sometimes we may need to work with some confidential data. Like I have salary information, okay, of an employee. I do not want it to be processed as it is. Since it is a confidential information, I need to encrypt that field. Let's say salary is 10,000. I want to encrypt that field. We use encryption key. Okay, we use keys to encrypt that SSL keys. Key store here. We give the key store keys password. We encrypt that field. We will select that field here from the upstream and pass that data further. In the target system, when we send the data, target system will need to decrypt it. Okay. Hope these are clear. And in union, just to here, let's say we received duplicate records. We have two duplicate records here. If we use unique snap, it filters duplicates and passes only unique records to the next snap. Okay, so the most important snaps, mapper and the join. Okay. We'll cover tomorrow. Is it okay? Your voice again dropped.